Hey guys! So the first 3 episodes of The Boys Season 2 is out! They are out. They are on Amazon Prime Video. I've given you the weekend to watch them before I dive into all my thoughts, including spoilers. Now, if you missed it, I did do a live watch party for the first episode of Season 2. So if you haven't checked it out, watch that so you can get my reaction to everything. Don't worry, I have a timer in the corner so you can hit play with me and watch along. But I've got to say, the first episode, if you watch it, you know I was completely sucked in. But let's talk about all 3 episodes, and there will be spoilers. So if you haven't watched them yet or you don't want spoilers, just save this video, come back later. You can still give me a thumbs up. Comment below, let me know you're going to be coming back later. And all right, let's talk about it. Let's dive into it. Hey, Tessa from Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. Okay, so first of all, I want to say that season 1 was like hands down one of my favorite shows ever. If you know me, you know I love gore and bloody stuff and superheroes. So this was like just everything I've ever wanted all rolled into one. It's one of the reasons why I do like Brightburn. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I like it because I like a evil superhero, right? I'm kind of into that. So anyway, that's why I loved season 1. I binged it in less than a day. But now we can't do that. They gave us 3 episodes and then they're giving us 1 weekly after that. I believe it's only 1 weekly, but I'm already hyped for next week. So let's talk about season 2 of The Boys, episodes 1 through 3. Like I said, you can watch my reaction to the entire episode of The Boys, first episode of The Boys Season 2 on here. I have that. Just search my channel. It's down below. You guys can find it. But, wow. Just, I can tell already from the first 3 episodes that this is going to be much bloodier, much darker, much more intense, which I am totally here for, all right? At the end of season 1, Butcher, of course, discovers that his wife is alive, and his wife had a child with Homelander. When Homelander raped her, she got pregnant. Crazy. So there's this little boy, a spitting image of Homelander. So you know that he's Homelander's kid. His name is Ryan. We see a lot more of Ryan in this season, which I'm here for. I kind of love Ryan, and I love when he like fights back to his dad, which we saw later on. But anyway, it's so good. So we got Homelander. When they try to replace some members of the 7, they bring in Blind Spot, and he's like, oh, so cool. Bam. And he like messes him up because the guy had super hearing, right? That's how he had other super abilities. Well, Homelander just like destroyed his ears, had him bleeding all over the place, and was like, and now you're just another cripple. Like, what? Or I think he says boring blind guy or something like that. And then later on he calls him a cripple. You didn't think I would let a cripple into the 7, he says. He's crazy. So we have someone who's replaced Madeline, of course, and Homelander is trying to get her to do whatever he wants. He's trying to put her in her place. But at the same time, Homelander is being put in his place by Edgar Stan, who you might know as Gus from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, one of my favorite actors in the whole world. I think he's fantastic at what he does. And this is very much a Gus character, you know. He's all prim and proper, and he's got his suit on, and but he's at the same time very hard and very badass. Like, he's like, oh yeah, Homelander, like, you think we're a superhero business? We're not. Okay, Compound V, we're a pharmaceutical company, and you are not our biggest asset. In fact, you took our biggest asset and spread it all over the world for yourself, so thanks a lot. Pretty soon the public's going to find out that it exists. And I believe it is episode 3 where we find out that, yes, it's been outed. People know about Compound V. So that's kind of crazy. The Deep is dealing with his own thing. Of course, he's been, a hot mess since he got kicked out of the 7, and now he's teaming up sort of with Eagle, who has taken him out of he bailed him out of custody when he was arrested for just being belligerent and awful. He's dealing with his gills, and he tries to track down the boys because there is a super terrorist is what Vought wants to call them. However, Homelander is really trying to push the super villain aspect because he thinks super terrorist just scares people too much, which is not wrong. Super terrorist sounds terrifying. Super villain is like, oh, cool, right? So this guy shows up, and they don't know much about him. They try to track him down. They do find him. Turns out he's related to what's her name from The Boys, and it's just absolutely crazy. They made up their own language, which was cool because she doesn't talk. So I don't know. It was nuts as her brother, but then womp womp womp. They they find out, listen, he like attacks her, then they catch him. I don't really want to give like major spoilers, but that part was really super cool. They catch him, they have him, they're going to turn him in. He takes off. It's the whole thing. He's actually really legit a terrorist. He wants to take down Vought and the superheroes and all of that. But also, we see Starlight working with Huey. I really want them back together. They're the cutest, and I really want them back together, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. They've got their own issues, of course, and he's lying to her again, which she's like, I can tell when you lie to me. Don't lie to me. And he's like, I'm not. But he's lying to her. Butcher comes back at the end of episode 1, which you guys probably saw, and I love, he's like, Daddy's home. I love me some Carl Urban. I've interviewed him before. He's a super nice guy, and I love seeing him in this character of not a nice guy. I feel like I'm all over the place with this, but it's just, there's so much that happened, and I want to make sure I address it all, but it's really, really good, and I'm really sucked in, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Oh, Stormfront. That's the major thing I want to talk about. So we have a new character, Stormfront, who is played by Aya Cash, who you might know from You're the Worst. She's amazing, and she plays a similar type character, very snarky. I really, really like her. She's putting Homelander in his place, which is really cool. The first time we see her, she's like legit live streaming them, going like, yeah, they're not really here. Like, they're on set, you guys. They're not really like out fighting with, or out hanging out with like our military. Like, are you kidding me? They're not going to be out there eating MREs. Like, she's awesome, and she tells it like it is. She constantly says bad things about Vought, and they keep her around, which is really cool. And then she's one of those, you're gonna love to hate her, because in episode 3 they're tracking down the supervillain, which she killed him, and like she killed him, okay, but they're tracking down the supervillain, whatever you want to call him, and she's just killing people, innocent people in the wake. She don't care. Especially like there's a black family that she like just murders the father, or just shocks him. I don't know if he died, but she like, uses her Stormfront powers on him. And then she's chasing down the supervillain, and she's killing him. And she says, open your eyes, I like to see the light go out, which is crazy. Okay? Totally kills him. And then she calls him a yellow bastard or something like that. Ugh, so she's like super racist. So I'm interested to see where this is going to go. She's out in public trying to have this different persona than she has in the background. She's clearly super racist. And I know I saw during the interview, the Comic-Con panel, that they said they're going to touch on some sort of actual real life political stuff that's going on right now, and it's sort of relevant, so I'm sure she's just going to be very, very, very white power, and they did say they're going to have white supremacy in there, so I feel like this is going to be Stormfront, and I feel like Aya Cash can totally handle it. She did say at Comic-Con that she was going to be doing stuff, saying words that she never thought she would ever say, basically. So I'm intrigued to see what happens with Stormfront. She's definitely a love to hate her type of person. She is horrible, very horrible. And I don't like her, but I like her. You know what I mean? I love to hate her. She's one of the, just like Homelander, love to hate her. So at the same time, Homelander's trying to get his kid to have superpowers. He literally pushes him off a roof, but he's fine. Ryan gets up and just, his eyes turn red, and he yells at Homelander and tells him to get out, and he hates him. So I'm interested to see where their relationship goes. Butcher has been left alive because of a deal Homelander had with Becca. We kind of figure that out when Homelander says, we had a deal, and he's running around alive right now. So, listen to what I tell you type of thing. Starlight has threatened someone who he thought she was a friend, Gecko, which that whole part was super interesting, to steal Compound V, which she has given to the public, which is how everybody knows about Compound V now. It's all Starlight. And all of this happened in episodes 1 through 3. There's going to be so much more. I feel like if this is all we get in the first 3 episodes, the next, the rest of season 2 of The Boys is going to be insane. Darker, bloodier, grittier. I'm here for it. I'm excited for this. I cannot wait to see where this season goes. I have the comics and I haven't read them yet because I'm trying to make sure that I don't know where this goes. I'm going to read them after this season. But you guys have told me before that they're even darker and bloodier than this. So I'm excited. I'm here for it. If you've seen it, let me know what your favorite part of episodes 1 through 3 was. I don't know that I could choose a favorite. And I feel like I've missed out on so much. I mean, I don't know. Patton Oswalt as the Deep skills was pretty cool and pretty funny too. The Deep is like joining some church right now, and he's trying to get back into the Seven, and Starlight is like, that is never going to happen, which I don't blame her. I mean, he totally, sexually assaulted her, so I don't blame her for that. All right, guys, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss out on more videos like this one. And you can always follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Mama's Geeky over there. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys.